So what's your plans for after graduation?
I'm going to be a welder. I got a couple things lined up for me to get set on that path, so I'm pretty excited.
I want to go to the University of Windsor, get my Bachelor of Science in Psychology, and then get my master's degree and doctorate at York.
I plan on going to school in September for border services.
After graduation, I will be going to doing electrical techniques at the college here.
Well, right now I'm going to take a year off, and I'm hoping to go back to either be an ECE or a youth counselor.
Border services here in Chatham.
School for horticulture.
Go to college and finish the ECE program.
So I'm hoping to go to St. Clair College for the veterinary medicine program for vet tech.
I'm going to Fanshawe for fashion marketing and management.
I'm going to be a mortician while an embalmer.
I want to go through for horticulture, hopefully to get into the cannabis industry and work my way from there.
Going to Niagara College.
I plan to attend Algonquin College in September for applied nuclear science and radiation safety.
I was planning on working for a year and then heading off to college for culinary.
I want to do mental health and addiction.
I applied for the Powerline electrician program.
I'm going to go to school at St. Clair and do the pre-health and science program. And that's just one step in my pathway to become a vet.
I accepted my offer to Fanshawe.
For what program?
Motive power, so to become a mechanic.
To go to work to try to save up money for the future.
I'm going to be attending St. Clair College as in the RPN program.
I'm going to go to Fanshawe and take automotive, and then after that I'm going to go for my AZ.
I'm going to go to St. Clair for DSW.
Working a little bit and then going to college in September for fitness and health promotion, hopefully.
I'm going to go to Fanshawe for graphic design and a business course.
I'm going to Fanshawe for pre-health.
Going to college to St. Clair for PSW.
I'm going to attend St. Clair College in Chatham and take business.
Why did regular school not work out for you?
I was having a lot of problems at home, and just going to regular school every day just didn't work for me because everyone else cared about all these different things that weren't important. They're like, oh, guess what she did, guess what he did. Like I didn't care about that. I didn't want to be around all the negativity all the time.
I just didn't want to go. Like, it wasn't the schoolwork that was hard. I just didn't want to get up every morning and go to class.
Was there a reason why?
No, I just preferred sleeping, honestly.
Well, I had no want to go to school before, and after I joined the program, I mean, with encouragement and, people showing their support, I was able to overcome that.
Well, I didn't fit in much. I didn't have very many friends, and coming from, a bigger, like, people who have a lot of health issues and whatnot, I didn't fit in much because of what I looked like. So I didn't have very many friends.
I just really didn't take it serious at first, and then I realized, like, when I got into grade 11 and grade 12, I was behind, and then I got pregnant, so it was like my last month of school. I would have had all my credits, but I had maybe like 3 weeks after. So
it didn't work out for me because I felt like I got too tied up in drama and everything like that, and I felt like that type of environment just wasn't for me. I always felt like I was way too mature for kids that were my age, and I got more or so better along with older people than younger people.
Not very good at dedicating myself.
Like mental health, probably just have really bad anxiety. So I couldn't even be in a room with more than one person. So mostly that, and honestly I think I was just a stubborn person, didn't like school. I just lacked initiative.
I was in the other end of town and I had trouble getting busing and getting courtesy seats to get to school. And that kind of interfered with getting to school on time or even getting to classes, because it would take me at least an hour and a half to get to class.
I dropped out to stay in bed and sleep and smoke pot.
In the wrong set of mind. I just didn't have the right mindset to be in high school. I was more distracted by socializing and things like that rather than the bookwork.
I just hated classes. Couldn't sit still or do anything because I could do my work in 5 minutes and then I have nothing to do for an hour and 10 minutes, so I get bored, and teachers didn't like that.
Too much distractions and stuff.
Because I was a teen mom,
and I just dropped out after that.
I just didn't care. I wasn't like in the right mindset to like finish high school. So I like didn't really think past like that day, or like I couldn't even think to the next day because I didn't care.
Well, at the time I had 2 family deaths this year, and so attendance became somewhat of a problem, and you guys just helped me work around that and still help me get my grades.
Mental health issues got in the way and everything just got a little too hard.
And how is it different now?
It's more lenient, there's just more support. It's just an easier place to come into because you know like everyone's just here for the same thing. And, like we all had our own struggles and we're just here to get over it and get it done.
I had chronic pain for 2.5 years, so I was struggling to get all my credits, and I was told that I wasn't going to be graduating this year if I didn't do something else. They wanted me to stay for grade 13, but I decided to come here, so this gave me the opportunity to get 10 credits rather than just 8 and still graduate this year.
Traditional school schedule didn't really fit a lot of my own needs. I worked a lot of late night jobs. Also, it just didn't teach some essential stuff like mental health that would have been way more beneficial, I think, back in grade 9 if I were taught that. And I think that was a big thing of SWAC, and learning how to grow is the biggest thing.
So what was different with SWAC?
With SWAC, the teachers really emphasize that education's important, but they also emphasize how important your mental health is and your physical health is, and that if that's lacking, then really education will lack with it. So I think that was a big eye-opener, and to really face your fears and get out there was a big difference.
Typically, my attendance, girlfriends I was dating, seeing, things just didn't play out. I was in a domestic relationship, and things just got the best of me, and I had to end up transferring to Lambton Ken. I got into drugs, and I found my way here.
Everything was just on the board, and it wasn't thoroughly presented. Not, I didn't get a good understanding, not one-on-one.
Partying too much, and I stopped attending.
I didn't like people, and once I got my first job, I started falling behind a lot, and I didn't want to be in school, but SWAC made it a lot easier to stay.
Well, I ended up being pregnant at 16, so I had to take care of my baby, but I came back to SWAC, and it's helped me a lot.
I suffer with very bad social anxiety, just normal anxiety and depression, and it got a hold of me my last year, but I got out of the gutter, and then my principal told me about this, so I went over here, and now I'm finishing school.
Bad choices, didn't do everything right. I didn't show up a lot.
School was always hard for me growing up, especially like when my parents started to drift apart, and before they split up, they were kind of like always going at it, and I didn't really have anyone. And then when they actually split up, it was like nuts. It was crazy. I didn't want to do anything. I didn't want to go anywhere. I didn't know who I was or what I wanted to do. I didn't know like my place in this world.
I skipped out too much, and I ended up dropping out in grade 12 because I was working too much.
I was in a pretty bad relationship prior, and my boyfriend at the time, he got me addicted to meth. And I'm no longer
being a mom at 17.
Found out at 17 that I was pregnant. A lot of people bullied me around school for being pregnant, so I dropped out completely. A friend of mine was in the SWAC program, and he said, hey, why don't you come out here and like they'll help you, and I was like, okay, cool. Came, talked to Pat. Pat helped me through a lot of other struggles that I had.
It just wasn't the place for me. I tried many different schools. I tried the Pines. I tried Alt-Ed. I wasn't really respected in either places, so I never worked out.
Now, the next question, SWAC hasn't worked for you for a few semesters either, why not?
I wasn't ready to let go. I wasn't ready to move forward, and every time we got closer, I got scared, so I stopped showing up.
So expand on that more. What were you afraid to let go of?
I was afraid I wouldn't see the people I care about anymore, and that everything was going to change. then realize it wasn't.
My son being taken from me at birth, he helped me through that. That was a pretty big stepping stone for me to swallow. I didn't know how to deal with that. Honestly, I didn't want to live anymore because I didn't have my son. Like that's my world, and I didn't have him. And like, you guys have helped me through a lot, like a lot.
Now, how is SWAC different for you?
I feel accepted for once in my life. Everyone loves me for me, and that's what I really want.
Mainly like with like schoolwork, because I know I was struggling a lot, so it helped me improve my ability to actually get my schoolwork done a lot faster.
Having a place to go only certain days a week, so then I still had time with my son and time to be a mom and a student all together.
It helped me open up to a lot of new people. I'm like very shy.
I would say like when I first came in, like just, you know, having people introduce themselves to me and just kind of take me in or under their wing kind of thing was nice, because I never really had that at my other school.
Pat Pearson calls you in the morning and drives and honks his horn until you get out of your house, so you have to go.
The teamwork, the respect, and we don't have to judge everyone. Doesn't matter how they look. Like, I always have that, like in my life. I always give the chance to the people to represent themselves or like tell us something about them.
You and Heather worked a lot with like, if my schedule didn't work out, you guys were like work around it. And
it's definitely more focused on like what I want to do. I feel like there's a lot more people here who care about helping me achieve my goals.
I like the way that you don't look down on us and you kind of lower yourself and speak to us one-on-one. You don't belittle us in front of the entire class and stuff like that.
They created an environment for me to where I actually wanted to come to school.
It's more supportive, and you feel like you're actually wanted here. Like in high school, if you weren't to go to high school for a week, no one would probably care. But here you miss a day and everyone's calling you.
Easy to get along with people because they went through the same stuff I went through.
I feel way more able to learn. Like I literally told my parents, like as they dropped me off today, like in this environment, it's way, like I've learned more in this class than I have in a normal high school class with way less time with it too.
Really? That's really good. Why? Why do you think you learn more?
I think it's because it's not more of a teacher to student thing, it's a teacher with student thing here. So like we all talk as one instead of like teachers talking down to students.
Why do I enjoy coming here? Because I can talk to you guys about anything and I actually get my work done.
SWAC helped me in a way that nobody else could when it came to my schooling. And they were always there for me to like push me to do my best.
And how do you mean that they were always there for you?
Like, they always helped me do my work, and even when I had a bad day, they were always there to put a smile on my face.
Because you guys actually like push like us to come to school and get our work done.
It made it different because it's not a full-time schedule and everything can be at my own pace, which is a lot better for me and works well with me.
Knowing that I had yours and Heather's help.
SWAC, it's you come, you can do your work at your own time. Like, you just got to be here for 3 hours. So if I can take breaks, I can go play pool, and it's great because I'm working, so I can come when I have the time to.
This year it worked for me because I buckled down. I had that right mindset. I realized that that's what my issue was, and I just got to it. I got my work done.
We're all a big family and there's so much more support.
I feel like when you go into regular high school, you're just another face. Like you're not, it's on a personal level. Whereas when you come into SWAC, your teacher really knows you. They want to get to know you. They want to help you. Your classmates aren't judgmental. It's just a really friendly environment.
More support, more eye openings for me.
What would be a moment or memory of SWAC that you remember, like a speaker, a trip, a volunteer experience, something that popped right up?
When we went to the sanctuary, helping out all the homeless people was a lot of fun. and being able to see what they're like, how they're not actually that much different than what we are.
Basically just meeting everybody. I liked having that. It was fun.
The sanctuary. I didn't really see myself opening up as fast as I did to all the people there, but I did. And I liked it.
What made the difference?
Just hearing them talk about things that they went through, and it kind of made me open up and talk about things that I went through. And just how full of life they were, even though they had nothing really.
Probably meeting lots of new people and actually having a good experience.
I don't know, I just love Ashley. Every time she talks, I'm just tearing up. Like, I listened to her in grade 7 in Muskoka and I just cried, and all my friends were like looking at me. I don't know. I just really like Ashley.
It'd probably be the sanctuary. Because listening to all the stories of other people and what they went through.
Probably when we had Ashley come in and speak to us.
Why'd you like that?
Because she got to share all of her moments in SWAC and how everyone helped her out and what she wanted to do and how she actually did it.
Something I really liked going on the high ropes trip. I thought it was going to be pretty stupid, but it ended up being a lot of fun, and I connected with a lot of people that I'd never even talked to this semester.
Not really something in particular, but the personal development course last semester kind of really stuck out to me because I think it touched on a lot of subjects that a lot of people have in their lives that needed to be talked about and explored.
Probably just talking to you and Pat.
I'd say the student voice thing that me and Heather did and all the students was great impact.
So explain what's a student voice.
Well, we just went and explained to a bunch of different, there's principals there, there's different, from a housing unit to, all that. We just explained what's different from SWAC in high school and what makes it better.
And why did you think that was a powerful thing to be part of?
Because I think SWAC is a lot better than regular high school, and the things that we've done in it, I think should be put into regular high school every day.
Probably in September, maybe the first 2 weeks of even knowing Heather, she had just said you're really smart. Has anyone ever told you that? And at that point, no one but friends and family had. So it felt really good coming from a teacher.
I had to go to ropes course with the other class, which at first I was really anxious about, but I realized that even though I wasn't in my own class, I still felt accepted. I was with other SWACs that accepted me for who I was and wanted to take time out of their day just to get to know me and kind of show me that I'm not alone in whatever journey I might face, because that day just really showed me that there are really positive people around me, and although the world is full of negative people, it's not all like that.
Well, all the trips were really nice because it was something you wouldn't regularly do. Sanctuary was really nice.
Why did you like it?
Because that's something I would never do. I would have never went to a homeless shelter and helped out. So you guys gave me the opportunity to do that.
I like the ropes course. Yeah, it was fun because it taught me I can trust other people.
Hanging out with Jake.
Yeah.
That was probably my favorite moment. Shout out Jake.
Probably the ropes course. That was pretty fun. We had to be able to work with people you didn't really get to work with.
The gleaners.
You like going to gleaners?
Mm-hmm.
Why?
Because you help out people from around the world, just taking a few hours of your time.
The ropes course.
Why is that?
Because we were all just one big family. We all just helped each other out and we communicated.
The Indian Reserve.
Yeah.
I like that one a lot.
Why?
I don't know, something different. I didn't really do anything relatable to it until up to then, so I enjoyed it the most.
I'd have to say your class, because there was very intense moments that I never thought I'd learn about, and it's made me open my eyes a lot more.
IDC in the first semester.
Why's that?
It was just really interesting, learning about mental illness and development and all that.
I think the rock climbing thing was quite nice.
Okay, why did you like it?
We all worked as a group, and I think it kind of built a little bit of trust amongst everyone else.
Yeah, I really liked the volunteering. It was fun. It was nice to do. I liked when we went to London.
The sanctuary?
To the sanctuary, it was cool.
Why did you like it?
I don't know, it's just something you don't really see, and it really opens your mind to like the reality of the world and like how hard life can be sometimes. But you just keep pushing through.
Free food. I loved Ashley's speech. It was really inspiring. It encouraged me to put more into my everyday life.
Do you think you've grown as a person this year?
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
Past couple of years, yeah, definitely.
Yeah, how?
Well, for one, anger issues. I've learned to just walk away. It's not worth it. It's not worth the fight. It's not worth the argument. It's not worth the charges.
It's been such a great experience for me because I've really learned who I am through it, and I've got to like learn how to deal with things a lot easier. Like, I know I never had like a really big bad drug problem, but I always had a problem with cutting, and that's like gone now.
Why?
So, I don't know, I've like learned to be comfortable with who I am. I've learned how to deal with it better. I've learned that things don't always work out the way you want them to, and that's okay because eventually things are gonna work out. And it's like, if you want things to work out, you have to push yourself to get it there.
I'm not at rock bottom anymore. I'm definitely not 100% who I could be, but I'm not rock bottom anymore.
Prove to myself that I am more than I thought I was.
Just as a person, like I'm more forgiving and I'm less quick to go off and kind of just shake everything off. Like when bad things happen to me, I just kind of laugh at it now. And it's before I used to get really angry.
Yeah, I've learned to be a little bit more understanding with other people as well, just because at first it was kind of like, I know what I'm going through, but I don't feel like other people understand me, and now I know other people do take time to think about how I'm feeling and why I am where I am, so it gives me the opportunity to grow and get to know other people as well.
I don't know, I'm just stronger, like in the mind, I guess. Able to push myself to go outside and stuff like that, like I wasn't able to do before.
This time last year, my life was completely different, and I don't think I would have ever pictured myself graduating from high school.
Think you've grown as a person this semester?
Definitely.
Yeah, why?
Because I feel like I've become more of myself rather than just going with the flow. Usually, like in high school, I would just go there every day and not soak in the information and stuff like that, but now I feel like I want to come here. I enjoy your class. It's fun.
Prior, like last year, I wasn't as like looking forward to future than I am now. Like I just kind of wanted to waste away, really.
I'm more mature, I think. I can put up with more.
When I was going to UCC, it was just school. That's all I had to worry about, and now a lot of it, like I've expanded. Now I got more friends. I also, I work, I go to school, I was applying for colleges, and I was trying to get an apprenticeship. If I couldn't do that, then I went to college, so.
In a lot of ways, to be honest, from just patience and testing my own, stepping out of my comfort zone, doing things like this.
How else would you have stepped out of your comfort zone at SWAC? Was there anything that made you do that, or did you do that in other ways?
To be honest, I want to make my family proud, so that's why I went back to school. Oh yeah, most definitely. Being able to try to juggle work, this, relationship, family, and getting it all done, really realizing what's the main focuses in your life.
To be more considerate.
Oh, that's good. Why is that?
Just because I realized a lot of what we did kind of evolved around that, so.
Just the way that I face challenges more. Instead of ignoring things, ignoring signs, I deal with things head on, and more proactive way of thinking and more conscious to what's going on around me and in my mind, and I think that's a big difference for sure.
Is there a life lesson you're going to take out of SWAC that you learned?
Just don't give up. No matter how hard things get, just don't give up.
Always be myself and never give up.
Keep pushing forward and try no matter what.
I mean, keep trying to find people that, will support you, and I mean, there's always other options for, whatever you want to do, so even if you have to take baby steps and only do half an hour a day, I mean, it really makes a difference just trying to be there.
Not to give up. If you're in a rough spot, there's always people around you, and not to like suffer on your own.
Just keep your head on top and keep doing what you're doing. Don't let it take you too much, I guess.
Just take everything as it is and keep going with it. Like, there may be barriers, but there's going to be a way to get over it. And even if you need help, it's okay to ask for help.
They just be who they are, because at the end of the day, nobody's going to be with you more than you. And like, everybody's different. There will be people who like you, there will be people who don't, and that's just the way it is. Just be you.
Definitely give people the benefit of the doubt. Like, a lot of people can let you down different times in your life, but if you never give them another chance, then you never know. I feel like that's what SWAC's really about, just a second chance.
I guess everyone deserves a second chance.
I don't know, you can do anything you really put your mind to. That's really what I took from it mostly. That's why I say it's powerful, because I had like a sense of power, like empowerment from it, and I thought like I could do anything.
Not to be an asshole.
Just keep pushing, don't give up.
Never give up.
Get your future straight. Partying's only gonna last so long.
Be nice to everybody.
Not to let other people get in the way of my future.
Don't stay at home and smoke pot. Go to school.
That's a good one.
Stay in school, kids. Drugs are cool, but not when you're in school.
Building a community would be something that you should desire and go after.
Get as much help as you can and don't be shy to ask.
Don't give up. Chase your dreams.
My son was born, so I have to step up to the plate and teach him as a person now, and not just worry about myself, but him.
Don't judge people because you don't know what they're going through.
Whenever something gets hard, just always push through it.
It's never too late to try.
That it's okay to fail because it just leads to success.
Just try your hardest. Don't never give up.
Accept everybody, because you never know like what situation they've been in or anything like that.
As long as you're willing to look for it, there's always a second chance.
If you could put SWAC in one word, what would that word be?
That's a good question.
What comes to your mind?
Success.
Empowering.
Teamwork.
Teamwork.
Fun.
I really don't know. It's definitely a whole experience.
I would say perseverance.
Excellence.
Amazing.
I'd say home.
Awesome, fun. It's hyphened.
It's powerful.
Community.
Can I put it in an action? A hug. That's like when I think of SWAC, I just think of a big hug.
Accepting.
Awesome.
Love.
Compassion.
Amazing.
A blessing. Knowledge.
Family. I knew this right away. I knew this one was coming. Family.
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 Family. Family. A family.
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 One word.
What's the kind of word if you say SWAC is?
It's family.
Family.